Shadows of moonlight, these two remain. In the depths of night, they find love's eternal flame. Though they lie side by side, their hearts are torn apart. A rogue vampire's love for an elder's heart. Oh my God, vampire of the night, Nessa's arms are your guiding light. With every thorn a rose of love is born in the seal of vampire's love and scorn. Remember the night, the radio songs, they dance in darkness where they belong. Love is a game, easy come, easy go. But their love is deeper, they can never know. Oh my God, vampire of the night, Nessa's songs are your guiding light. With every thorn a rose of love is born in this tale of vampire's love and scorn. Years have passed, the pain remains. A wound that's healed, believes it stains. She could have saved the love that fateful night if she found the words to make it right. Oh my God, vampire of the night, Nessa's arms are your guiding light. With every thorn a rose of love is born in this tale of vampire's love and scorn. Love is was and is forevermore, choosing power and money over the one she adored. The fate of their love is a thorn in her life. Her betrayal fell deeply, it cut like a knife. Oh my God, vampire of the night, Nessa's arms are your guiding light. With every thorn a rose of love is born in this tale of vampire's love and scorn.
Ready when you are.
Oh, hey, hi, hello, welcome on in. This is episode 11 of Indy by Night, Blurred Lines. The title, The Needle, ... So we'll go ahead and go around the room, introduce who we're going to be playing this evening, handle some housekeeping before we go ahead and jump right into the absolute wonderfulness that Ian provided us last week. And we'll go ahead and start with Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I'm playing Marlowe. What's with that title? I'm not okay with that.
I don't know what you mean. Next up, we have Hannah.
Hey, I'm Hannah, playing Charlie the Zimitzi.
Thank you for not commenting on my title. Appreciate you. Next up, we have Justin.
Her silence said a lot about your title.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'll be playing Julian the Malkavian.
Next up, we have Lennon.
Hello, I'm Lennon. I play Kenneth, the Nosferatu.
And last but not least, we have Ian. Ba, 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 da.
I did it, barely, but I'm here. Hi, I'm Ian. I am playing Riley the Toreador. I almost said...
Almost said nothing because lag is a hell of a drug. Are they back? Are we here?
Am I back? Am I alive?
Maybe.
Yep, there you are.
Welcome back to the Undeath.
Hello?
Hi. Could you hear us now?
I can.
We're good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We can now.
Okay. Okay. Hi, I'm Riley. I'm a Toreador. Also, what's the deal with the title, big dog?
Thank you.
It's right in between Nunya and your business.
So, Explanationville. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. So last week, our wonderful not coterie decided to continue with the last 2-week trend of seeing how many bestial failures they can roll in a session. And well, it got a little messy. The party, as they do, decided to split. Because in this game, I guess it's okay to split the party every other week. But you guys were able to go ahead and split the party and sort of figure out this investigation between a social aspect and a information gathering aspect. Riley and Charlie sort of split to go chat with the people that were hanging around in the place where they woke up, around Fairfield's or directly or closer to Fairfield's domain. And upon leaving from that conversation, Charlie and Riley witnessed what looked like a kidnapping was afoot. And obviously not wanting to intervene, sort of stood there and watched, try to gather as much information as one of them looked over towards Riley as Riley yelled at them, and instantly Riley became significantly more hungry, and were able to steel themselves for now, but definitely realizing that the beast needed to eat very soon. And instead of making a possible terrible decision, Riley excused themselves from going and talking to Fairfield and went to go look for something to eat, while Charlie went inside to discuss what just occurred outside. On the other half, we have the rest of the coterie.
Point of order. The second baseman. Thank you.
I'm not sure we agreed on that.
I agreed. I think we're fine.
What you guys don't know is Riley already has like Letterman jackets already made and just waiting to be shipped.
It's a Toreador.
Instant.
They have monogrammed like pocket squares. Letterman jackets are so, classless.
Well, have you met Riley?
It's Letterman jackets are far more Riley's scene than a nice suit at the moment.
I know my characters. All right, let's calm down.
Yeah. Letterman's jacket, cute crop top, Riley.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But the rest of the coterie is heading off to gather some more information. And if you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you guys were heading towards the last known location of where she was picked up at this area where they were getting ready to create their domain. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Fantastic. So as we sort of continue on with this night, no willpower reset as of yet, but we do have someone who made some very questionable moral choices in deciding to eat a person instead of an animal. Kenneth,
Not on purpose.
allegedly. But we will go ahead and, if you want to go ahead and roll that wonderful remorse check for us and see if you also fall victim to humanity loss, that would be wonderful.
Let's go.
Kenneth is just too cool for school. Doesn't like people.
All right.
You know what? You ate that guy because if that guy saw your current condition, you knew that he was going to be a dick. So you did the world a favor.
Exactly. Morally, it was correct.
Kind of
So-
sucks, but like you did it.
Yeah. So you passed the remorse check, so you do feel bad about what you did. But you don't lose your a point of humanity. So congratulations. You do get to feel bad and not enjoy the taste of human further. As we go into it, Riley, I know we're going to jump to the other scene, but if you wouldn't mind making that wonderful hunting roll for me, and then also adding on that frenzy check afterwards, and then we'll get to that moment when the time is right and very fruitful, I'm sure.
Why do you hate me?
Because your name starts with an I.
Ayo.
So we're gonna go ahead and go to the rest of the coterie as you guys are taking a nice, relaxed car ride, not dealing with kidnappings or frenzying, as you guys head towards just sort of the outskirts of Indianapolis, sort of on the outer ring of Avon. Is there anything you guys would like to do as you guys prepare to head that way? And in this scene currently is the three of you, that being Julian, Kenneth, and freaking Victor. As well as Vincent is there, but seemingly quiet and trying to understand the new powers that they've been training. But the four of you are in a car heading towards this Outer Banks.
So, out of curiosity, does anyone in here know how to protect themselves if we do run into something that doesn't want us around?
Not
Enough.
particularly.
Been in a fight or two. I'm not sure. Not sure how it'll hold up against the things like us, but
Okay.
let's not pick any fights.
I'm not saying that we're going in there with the intention to pick a fight. I'm just saying that if whatever kidnapped Fanny is still present in there and maybe holding her hostage in there somewhere, that just might be a situation that arises.
Well, hopefully you
can't,
see that coming, and we can be prepared, right?
Well, I mean, the web gives and it takes.
Fingers crossed. Know that.
As we get closer, I will start to kind of reach out and see if I can feel any danger, or I've kind of got a good read on Fanny based off of the object. So I'll see if I can pick up any of her there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like if we're on the right track or if we're way off base.
Indeed.
Do you need me to roll, sir?
Yes, please, if you're trying to invoke a premonition.
Invoking premonition. Is there a difficulty?
There's going to be 4 on this one.
Users. Got 2. All right. What the hell? I'll go ahead and do a willpower there.
Do it.
Yes, got it. 4.
Ooh, nice. With 4 successes, your eyes go dark, pitch black, as you begin to hear the sound of that familiar dripping that was occurring when you first did the premonition on Fanny. You get bright light that shines in, almost like a hospital light that sort of shines in on them. And you now see Fanny almost like levitating, but her body is contorted in a way that looks like she's laying on something, but you just don't see what she's laying on. You can definitely see what looks like a single line going from her arm into what looks like a small bag of blood that's being filled slowly but surely.
Do I hear the medical equipment again?
It's starting to fade in the more you concentrate and listen to it. But then you begin to hear groans of almost like grogginess and like a subtle pain. Like there's sort of like feeling some pain, but on some heavy painkillers in the background of multiple individuals. You can't get a depiction of how many voices or different levels of hurt, but you can definitely tell there's multiple people just not even surrounding Fanny. You can't even see them, but you just hear them. You see what looked like Fanny cough, but there's no audible sound that comes with Fanny. Everything else is sort of overtaking her in this moment. But you do see a single, almost like arm extend in, and you see a long white coat sleeve and black gloves, almost like black medical gloves, extend out of the light. Check the line, make sure it's tight before it recedes back in to the darkness. And this is when your vision ends.
We're gonna have problems. This is bigger than we thought. They're doing this to a bunch of people. And there's attendants, people who are monitoring their vitals, keeping track, probably introducing fluids, and they are offloading the blood into a blood bag. So they are definitely harvesting them.
Who would do that?
I have
All
no
kinds of mess.
idea. I mean, if it's connected to X, if his whole goal is to sell blood that grants people alchemic powers transferred through the blood, I mean, I see how that could potentially be lucrative, especially since those are powers that are normally blocked to, I guess, thick bloods.
Thick bloods. I like that. Let's make that happen.
Chunky bloods.
Hashtag extra creamy blood.
It's worse than
Cholesterol
crunchy.
havers.
It's worse than crunchy blood.
But I
Oh,
was
that's worse.
Blood wasn't
looking-
crunchy. The wrapper was crunchy. The blood was still blood-like.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry.
Crunchy outside, soft inside.
Yeah, soft in the
Yeah.
center.
Yeah.
Gooey,
Speaking
noodly
of,
center.
I probably should eat before we do this. Y'all are making me hungry.
I do feel that where we're going is where she is.
Okay. And there's where we're going is where she is, and where we're going there's people keeping her fluid and taking her blood. We think.
Now, I don't know if they are our kind or if they're just drones in service of whoever's running this operation. All I saw was an arm and black latex gloves.
You think if we unhook her from all these machines, she's gonna be okay?
Well, the impression I'm getting is that she's kind of like going through a transfusion process, right? They're probably giving her pure blood and then dosing her with these I don't know, what do you call them, drafts, alchemical concoctions, and that re-enriches the blood so that she can be constantly used, essentially like a dialysis machine for magically infused blood. But I don't know enough about this to know if there's other steps in this process. I mean, can we just drink blood if it's been sitting in the fridge for days? I don't know.
Guess if it smells alright.
I don't know why, but that just sounds nasty.
Well, the whole act sounds disgusting to me, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, if you need to feed, I hope you're not going to need to like kill anyone, are you?
No.
Okay. So why don't we find a spot that's good? You can park the car. How you doing, Kenneth? Are you y'all topped off there?
I'll manage. I'm alright.
Okay. So yeah, why don't you Kenneth and I will stick in the car and we'll see how things go.
All I'm picturing is as he gets out of the car, we just hit the lock button on
Yes,
the doors.
This
I feel
neighborhood's
like
scary.
Marlowe, like, at first was like, oh yeah, it's got to get something to eat, and then he just kind of is struck by how, like, he's now got to go eat a person, and like he was trying to play it cool, like, oh yeah, I just got to go eat, and now he's kind of like, how do I? This is awkward.
Okay. All right. So Marlo, you wanted to try to go hunt.
Yes.
All right. And what is your predator type as a reminder?
None of your business.
Okay, cool. DC 5 for hunting.
No. It is, well, as far as the coterie is concerned, it's consensualist,
Okay.
which is not true. It is Sandman.
Okay. Easy enough to find some people that happen to be asleep currently. So it is going to be a DC 3, as you are in a bit of a more rural rural. What word I am looking for? Community. Wow. But as a reminder, you guys are, from what you know, still currently in Fairfield's domain. So it's not like you have to go and ask for anyone's permission at this point to go and receive that.
I do have a question.
I may have an answer.
When it comes to domain, for someone like Kenneth, who like typically just feeds on animals, does it extend to the animals in that domain?
That would be a very good question to ask your Baron if they even care.
Interesting.
Gonna try for the willpower reroll. Oh, damn it.
Okay, so it's not a complete failure, but it is also not any sort of success or anything like that. You spend the better part of 30-ish minutes, but unable to get into what is that break and entry that you're trying to do?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Dexterity stealth, and it's break in.
Cool.
Like break into a house or hotel.
Cool. Yeah, you check in a couple of different houses, but unable to either get in, or you happen to look up and you happen to see like a security system that's in place that seems to be putting you off. You have unable to really been able to feed after about 30 minutes.
All right. I'll come back looking kind of pissed.
You just hear a click as the doors unlock as we see you approach.
Couldn't find anybody.
Nobody on a dark and cloudy night to say, okay, suck my blood. Color me.
Yeah,
not
weird how that
surprised.
works.
All right. Anything else you would like to prepare or do before arriving? I'll say you guys are probably roughly about 5 or 10 minutes out from the last known location of Fanny. Any disciplines you would like to activate? Additional hunting attempts?
Well, I'll have, is Since the Unseen always on?
I do not believe that to be the case.
It shows as passive, but
Right. So it's maybe one of those that you still have to activate, but it doesn't require any sort of check or anything like that.
gotcha.
But there is a role I can do for you, and that's why it's the passive portion of it.
Gotcha.
Well, bye,
did he-
Anna. Jeez.
Later.
Charlie's like, this isn't my scene. I'm out of here.
Fair.
Right?
Help, I'm Charlie now.
Yeah, so mostly I'll just kind of be, as we get closer, be scanning for things that are hidden.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's go do.
Should be, if it's against obfuscate, it's wits plus aspects versus wits plus obfuscate. But I'm actively searching, so it would be resolve plus aspects for me.
Okay. And it's still wits plus obfuscate for me?
Yes, wits plus obfuscate. So for me, that should be 6 dice.
Welcome back, Hannah.
Oof. Ouch.
Yeah, that's fine where it is. DC 4 for you there.
Okay. That would be a 5, sir.
Ooh. Throwing some scary dice out there is all I'm saying, friend.
Yeesh.
As you are driving by, you see a building, and these buildings look like they've definitely seen some better days. You guys drive by. There's and this is like once again a lot of farmer territory on this rural part of Avon. You do see there is, as you guys are sort of driving through, a barn that looks like seeing some fire damage and hasn't been quite fully rebuilt. And you guys continue to drive on by, and you guys come up to this small, I wouldn't call it a town, but it's just like a collection of stores that are within the same sort of intersection as this foray across on this dirt roads. But you have a post office, a couple of, looks like ran down buildings, and a small, probably like one room church on the other corner as well. But Julian, as you're scanning around on the church, sort of appearing almost like a holographic as you sort of go by, you do see an A that's sort of in the middle of a circle that sort of appears as you sort of drive by on the side of this church.
Do you know if X is affiliated with the movement?
At this point, Vincent will go and say, I mean, he was at their inn, Rafe, so I would assume that he's got affiliation with us.
Okay. Take the next right up here, if you would, Marlowe. And pull over and kill the lights and engine. The church back there had a hidden mark of the Anarchs.
All right, I'll do that.
I have no idea what sort of capabilities you possess, Kenneth. Some of the books that I've been reading have a tendency to indicate that your particular group can commune with animals, typically using them as spies. Is that something you can do?
Can try. I mean, so far I've been able to understand them. I don't know about commanding them like that, but I could give it a shot.
What about like turning invisible, disappearing, that sort of thing?
I've never tried as of yet. I've never given that a shot.
Well, maybe try to fade from our sight right now?
Yeah.
Kenneth, as you try to muster everything you can here for this, it doesn't seem like you do get any sort of capability of turning invisible or obfuscating yourself. But I do need you to go ahead and roll a rouse check for me, please.
Oof. Oh, shit! Oh, you should have ate! You should have ate! We gave you a chance! There were snacks! There were snacks!
I've been traumatized.
Whenever Kenneth goes, I've been traumatized, you see the lips move, but they make absolutely zero sound whatsoever. Like, even like their seat moving, the leather doesn't make a sound.
Oh, okay. Not quite what I was expecting, but useful.
Marlo's currently looking at Julian
still alive.
like, you were just yelling at them that they should have eaten, but you don't eat people.
Hey, as far as I know, Kenneth has already eaten someone, right? So
By accident,
what? I
technically,
can't
yes.
hear you. I can't hear you.
Actually, I just read the discipline one time. None of you can hear any of you. It's a 20-foot
Oh shit!
circle around Kenneth.
Just roll down the window. Just attempt to go out the window.
Yeah, I mean, you go outside the window. You're outside, sitting next to the car. It's still completely silent, even on the inside. And you guys also didn't hear there's no mechanical noise with the window rolling down or anything. It's
I fish out a notebook and write, like, sneak up there, get a look.
Do we hear noise coming from outside of the area, or we don't hear anything?
yeah, outside of the area, you guys can hear the sounds and stuff like this, especially now that the window's open. You hear the crickets in the background. But within that area, it is dead silent.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna shrug a little bit and I'm gonna be like, yeah, all right. And I'm gonna start like slowly sneaking that way. Are there any rats on the ground at all?
Yeah, go ahead and roll for me. It's gonna be super fun here for you.
Oh yeah.
First thing, because you're trying to be stealthy with this, Dex plus stealth, and you do get a +2 bonus because of your silence of death. If Vampire had Pass Without a Trace, it would be this discipline, by the way. It's a +2 dice pool to everyone sneaking within 20 feet. Okay, that's terrifying, but good. Love that for you. Are you happy with that 4? You're more or less gonna be setting to DC. If you do willpower, you do have the chance to, in theory, messy critical. But I at least wanted to give you the option.
I'll stick with the 4. I don't want to push it. I don't wanna push my luck.
Fantastic. Now go ahead and make a hunting roll for me, please, for your hunting type. And we'll see if there's any animals around. Oh. All right. In your silence, you're able to go ahead and sneak up on a couple of rats that you're able to go ahead and drain the couple of them. And so you're able to go ahead and reduce that hunger down by 2. But yeah, you have successfully hunted. As you guys sort of see Kenneth look around, step down, grab a couple of rats, and just take big drinks out of them before dropping the next one and grabbing the next one and just continue to drain that one as well.
They can't hear me, but I'm muttering, it's better than it being you guys. I swear.
All right. You guys continue to head, or I guess, excuse me, Kenneth, you begin to head towards the church.
Alright. As I'm approaching, am I like hearing or seeing anything suspicious as I get sort of close?
Go ahead and roll wits and awareness for me, please. DC is 3 on this one. Woo! 4 successes.
Damn, your dice are hot tonight.
Yeah, they are.
Hold on, wait. I need to knock on wood.
As you get closer, you begin to hear almost like a yelling that happens back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between two people. It's definitely muffled between the distance and the building itself and whatever materials it's made out of, but definitely more difficult to hear before it stops immediately.
Oh, that's concerning. Is there anything I can see kind of at the probable distance I'm at?
Not from this. You'd have to get a lot closer because there is a couple of windows, but they are boarded up. So you'd have to get close to like be able to peer through the different boards.
Do I risk it
For the biscuit.
for the biscuit? I'll risk it for the biscuit. I'll try to
Cool.
get closer.
You go ahead and continue over, still not making a sound. You can see like from your footfalls, like pebbles just sort of moving as you walk through this dirt slash rocky road that's going in here, and it's sort of, but no sound is continuing to be made as you progress forward stealthily. But you make it to the window, and you see this large wolf sort of holding up what looks like a person from their collar.
Is this my business? Is this not my business?
As you continue to sort of look around, you do see what sort of looks like a um, a back door that's not so inside the building, but behind the scene in front of you is still within the building. A door that leads into a separate room, but you do see what it looks like what the door, a little area that looks like it's a little, I don't know, 2x2 square, and on the back side of it looks like there's some like heavy plastic that almost quarantines off the rest of whatever is in that room.
Hmm. Is there any way I could get inside? Like sneak in?
You could go ahead and do a once around on the building. You do see that there's multiple windows. They are boarded shut though, so you're definitely gonna make some at least some strength checks to try to break in, and then also you don't know if there's any sort of noise associated with it. Maybe with your power, maybe not. There is the front door that doesn't seem to be any sort of boarding up, but you could try to do the one around and see if there's any sort of back doors or anything like that for you.
Okay. I might do like a once around, see if I can see any sort of openings or like back doors or anything like that.
Yeah. As you continue to head around, you do see that there's a couple of entrances. There's a back door that does have a padlock on it. You do see that there is a bell tower that looks like it has a yeah, you see a bell tower up top that looks like it's attached to the church. And then you have the front door. There are 3 other windows besides the one you were peering through, but all of them are boarded up.
Okay.
The back room area that you've seen that looked like had quarantine didn't have any sort of windows into that. It looks like all the windows are focus on the main chapel area.
Hmm.
You do hear as you sort of make it back to your original spot. You do hear, what the hell was that? Is that you? That he's obviously it's a one-sided conversation. He's talking to a large wolf. He sort of slaps him on the snout. Put me down. Something. I couldn't hear you.
I'm gonna slowly sneak back to the car. Just like, you know what? Not right this second. Not right this second. I'm just gonna just gonna go back, regroup.
Okay.
And I assume the power's still in effect.
It is.
Okay. I'm gonna take the notepad and I'm just gonna write down everything I saw and heard and all like the entrances and everything, and I'm just gonna shove it at him.
It's exactly what you look like whenever, because you're muted, Justin. So you're just role playing it really hard. It's fantastic. I love it.
After glancing at the notepad and seeing the word like werewolf, I'll just write the word go.
Wait, did you
And
write the
hand
word werewolf or write the word wolf?
Okay, that's a good question.
I probably wrote the word wolf and then put in like little parentheses werewolf question mark. Never seen one before. Parentheses.
So yeah, I will write the word go and pass it to Marlo so we can.
You really said not my business.
We just need to leave. We don't want that smoke.
I need everyone that is there to roll wits and awareness at DC 3 for me, please.
A DC 7.
Everyone hates you right now.
Should roll wits and awareness at a 12.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Oof, need a miracle for this. I did not get my miracle.
Me either.
No, we're all clueless.
I can't hear shit.
Thanks. I love it. Cool.
I will remember you.
Okay, cool. Where are you driving to? Kenneth, would you like to try to turn the focus and turn your power off, or you just want to let it ride to see how long it lasts for?
Do I let the curiosity win, or do I? I'm just gonna let it happen. I'm just gonna keep it as it is. It's gonna make everyone suffer.
I love it. Thank you for playing the Nosferatu that we all need at the table.
Of course.
Camera cuts to inside the vehicle, looking out the back window, the tail lights illuminating a werewolf running after the car.
Literally.
We're all just oblivious.
Just silently yelling at each other.
Werewolf's back there's like.
He's like, oh shit, cramp. Ah, shouldn't have had those 3 corn dogs.
Potassium. Screw my banana aversion. It's the shape, not the flavor.
I hate
Canonically, this werewolf is now slightly homophobic.
Wow.
Now I kind of want to go back and fight him.
Yeah.
Respect.
You know what? You're right. Turn the car.
Just let's run this shit.
They'll never hear us coming.
Actually, it is also good to know your car is making no sound as you're driving down the
Which
road.
is wonderful.
That is pretty good, actually.
The 3 parentheses 4 of you in that car, with very limited knowledge of your powers, fuck up a werewolf. Do it.
We actually just drive into the building.
I have not only 0 offensive powers, I have negative offensive powers. I don't know how to fight. I have 1 point in guns, and I don't even have it with me.
That's your first
And
mistake.
listen, I'm basically just like a Disney princess, okay? I can talk to animals.
Yeah.
Really good at getting in places I shouldn't be, you know?
A slightly falling apart Disney princess.
So
Yeah,
a Disney
it's fine.
princess? It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But you talk to animals to eat them.
Yeah.
It's a You know,
Wait, so you're Moana?
OG. Yeah.
She has pork. It's fine.
Oh, like boat snack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
boat
I got
snack.
it.
Snack boat.
So where are you guys heading to outside of knowledge? Where are you guys driving?
That's up to the man behind the wheel since we really can't communicate. So, Marlo, where are we going?
I mean, our plan was basically come to this area and see what's going on. I don't know. So, because the location we had was not super specific, right?
No, it was an area that they would be given. It was a domain. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess go there and just kind of cruise around until the silence wears off, or until I see somebody sleeping that I can go eat.
Does did the church fall within that domain?
Yeah. You guys were with the area you guys were scouting where kind of saw the wolf with this individual was within that domain for sure.
How big was the domain? Like in blocks, like 3, 4, 6 city blocks?
They
or
didn't. They
the
didn't
whole
say.
town?
They didn't mention. They just said it was a good sizable chunk of area.
Okay.
But where you guys had went to that intersection was the last known location of Fanny.
The church, I'm sorry, was the last known location of Fanny.
That intersection was the last known
Okay.
location.
Well, you figure they'd take her further than the building across the street. They're just bad criminals.
Exactly.
Probably.
Not only are we going to return to the scene of the crime, we're going to live there.
Surprise, we live at the crime.
It'll be great, I promise.
Just testing. I pull out my smartphone and see if it can hear me. I'm curious, are we actually silent, or can we just not hear?
Yeah. You go ahead and try, and it doesn't seem to activate.
Well, eventually I will pull over because we're going to have some sort of conversation. I can't write and drive.
Yeah. Roughly about an hour goes by before the power begins to fade, and you guys now hear the sound of the car running again.
Well, that was
Okay.
cool.
That's one way to put it.
Now I know.
I mean,
can
there's
do
uses
that.
for that. I mean, we could come up with all sorts of cool things to use that
Yeah.
for, right?
I mean, the fact that we can't communicate does pose a little bit of a problem.
Wait,
I mean, we
but I
can learn
did
sign
see a
language.
wolf
We have
and didn't
eternity.
get your instructions,
We'll
by the
learn
way.
sign language. We have eternity.
Okay, so either they're complete dunces who've decided to locate their operation at the very intersection of where they kidnapped a girl, or that's something else entirely going on right there.
We said there was like a sign on it, right? Was what kind? What did the
It was
sign
It
mean?
was the anarchy symbol. I mean, the
That-
sign
that's
of
it.
the movement. Yeah.
So just the sign of the movement, not like a secret code of like these guys are dangerous or this place is safe.
Okay, you have been a vampire as long as me. Did you get some sort of secret manual that told all the codes that said these guys are bad guys? That I didn't get.
Sorry, no, but you got like a secret magical source of knowledge that we didn't get. So
No,
you know.
I can see snippets of the future that aren't exactly clear. They kind of guide us. I do my best to interpret them, but didn't you say you were like a private eye or something?
Yeah, but like that means I know doesn't mean I know vampire code.
But okay, what would you do if this was not a vampire case?
I mean,
Take
stake
the
the place out.
supernatural out of it.
Right? Yeah,
Okay,
no, stake
so-
the place out.
So let's go stake it out. Let's swap cars, come back, set up across the street, just keep our eyes peeled.
Get some binoculars.
Yeah, if that's what you do, I mean,
Yeah. That's we could do that. What was around the church? We drove around for an hour. So what?
Yeah,
Were there other buildings?
I mean, on the intersection, there was definitely a building on each corner of that intersection. Outside, as you get further and further out, it looks like it's mostly like houses and large pieces of land that go with it. Tons of animals in the area. But outside of those four like actual buildings on the corners, not a lot of actual like businesses or anything like that.
are there any houses that have a good line of sight on it that either have for sale signs in the yard that are fairly weathered and like have weeds growing up around them, like this house has been on the market for years, or just like a house that just obviously by looking at it has been abandoned? You know, the
Yeah.
trees are growing up around it, the grass is 3 feet high.
Um, there were some that have a little bit of higher grass, maybe not taken care of as well, but there are cars that are parked there. Doesn't look like there's any like available or unlived in houses currently within these areas. But the two stores looked like they have been run down heavily and seen better days. And actively do have like for sale like plaster to the front of them.
Do they have parking in the rear?
They do. They actually each have a small like 3 or 4 car parking lot in the backside of them.
Okay. What do you think about one of those?
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah,
Though
probably.
I'm a
as good
little
as we're gonna
concerned
get.
about the wolf and the because what would I do if it's not vampires? Fine, it is vampires. They have, you know, all sorts of special powers.
I mean, what would you say if a guy caught you staking him out and he had a gun and he pointed it in your face? How would you get out of that? Talk your way out of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then. So if we get noticed, they come around, have to talk your way out of it.
Sure. Yeah. No, I mean, I guess that's okay. Yeah, we'll talk our way out of it. That's fine. This is definitely not going to go bad.
Out of curiosity, in the back, do they have one of those old like freezer things?
Yeah,
where
like
they used to be
ice
ice
chests.
bags?
Yeah. They each have one that's like one size. It's not the double one, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, they have one that's back there.
I mean, if sun gets too close, we can always take a nap in there.
All of us.
Well, there's two. You're tall but skinny, and Ken is short, a little stocky, so you guys could wedge in there, and I'll take the other one.
Vincent, sort of what?
Thanks.
What about me?
Oh, I'm sorry. You've been so quiet. I honestly forgot you were there.
Yeah,
You're
no,
really
it's-
bulky, so that's a problem. Let's just try to get out of here before sunrise, okay?
I think that's probably
Yeah.
safer.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Okay, who's picking locks here?
Dex plus larceny for me, please. The DC is going to be a solid 2 for this.
Mhm.
I'm not terrible at that. Is anybody better than terrible?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
Okay.
pretty
There we
terrible at it. While that's
Ooh.
going on, I'm gonna grab like a little. I'm sure I can find like an old paper cup that's not in really great shape,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna scoop some dirt up from the ground and kind of shake it over the car so it looks like it's been parked there for a while.
Okay. Kenneth with 6 successes, acting like they
Damn!
own the place. walk in and mess with it for a very short amount of time before it pops right open. You hear a little ding, 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 ding.
Got it.
Okay, we'll pull those bells down real quick. If there's a cat that runs by, I'll tie them to the cat and throw it out the back door.
That's awesome. R.I.P.
Kids can be so cruel.
Right. No, but there are looks like as you guys open, you guys do see some rats that sort of scurry away from the opening and sort of head off in different directions inside of the building, go into different little mouse holes that go into the walls.
How funny it would be to just casually like reach down, snag one, take a bite out of it, toss it the other way.
Super funny, ha 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 ha.
Not
Terrifying.
serial killer at all.
Exactly.
It's fine.
Okay. As I guess, are you guys all attempting to stake this place out together, or is there anything you guys would like to do, or take turns, or how do you guys want to do this stakeout process?
I'll look at the private eye. Be like, what do we do here? I have no idea how to do this.
Yeah, no, I'll look for a good window that's got sight line and then like curtains or something so that it's not super obvious that people are staring out the window looking at the thing, and say like really the trick is this is just really boring. You just got to pay attention for a while and just make sure that you've not been spotted. So we'll take turns.
Vincent also, I also have this. I know we talked about it, and he pulls out a camera bag, and it's one of these high def like cameras that you would use for PI work. I can't use it anymore, but I mean, you probably could.
Sure. Yeah, I have touched one of these before.
Great. Well, I guess we take turns then.
All right, I'll sit down here and watch the back door. If you hear me scream like a woman, that means there's danger.
Like it.
I mean, since you can't use the tech, maybe Vincent should watch the back door.
Okay. That sounds reasonable. And he might actually be able to do something if something comes through the door.
I mean, I wasn't gonna phrase it like that. But yeah.
I have no ego tied up in whether or not I can brutalize someone.
Vincent looks over. I can't tell if it's a slight or, but then continues to head downstairs towards the back door.
All right, I guess we'll get our stakeout on.
Okay. Each one of you, please go ahead and roll a wits and, or I guess go with resolve and awareness because you guys are taking some time to do this.
Any bonus from the equipment?
I will go ahead and provide a 1 dot a bonus for the equipment, or 1 die bonus. And while you guys are rolling this, we'll hop over to the other half of the coterie. Let's start with Riley. How are we doing over there, big dog?
Don't you big dog me when I big dog you, big dog. Come on. I had to scroll way back up because there were lots of dice, but we kind of killed it in both regards, and it not being a person. 8 successes on the hunt roll, and the frenzy was resisted.
Let's go. So my next question: how many hunger would you like to reduce? Because it might be a little early to decide whether or not it was something that was killed.
Yeah, no, I mean it involuntarily killed. Let's say that.
There we go.
Because I'm at 4.
You sure heckin' are.
Can I feed back down to 1?
Yeah, I mean, you could feed down to 1. It will do 1 point of aggravated damage to the person.
I think that's okay.
Yeah, just rip an artery out. It's fine.
I can live with that, especially with my predator type. I'm sure we can spin that in some sort of activity related injury.
What's your predator type again?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Yeah, actually, yes.
Siren.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, my bad. You should stretch next time.
As I tear a tendon, it's fine.
Limber up.
Okay. Um,
Hey, man, you're not dead, right? Like, that's what matters, right?
yeah. They're going to need a hospital though.
Oh, that's easy. I'll call an ambulance and walk away. Like,
Love that for you. Yeah, you cause some pretty bad damage to this person. The first portion of it, for the first 2 dots of hunger going down are blissful for them, but then it rapidly turns into a painful experience for them.
that's why we have a safe word.
Yeah. At this point, they're definitely screaming out the safe word. As you
It's
go,
Tallahassee.
yeah. Before you call a ambulance for this person,
Yeah.
and then head off into the night.
Nope. I will close the wound.
Oh, you try to close the. It's an aggravated.
It's aggravated damage.
It's
that way.
aggravated. That's
Does
a
it-
wound
it
that does
look
not
like straight up
close.
punctures? Does
Oh, it looks like
straight
you
up
like
punctures?
not even punctures. It looks like it's a bite that is impacted a deep amount.
Okay, so here's how I'm spinning this.
Okay.
I'm a siren. I'm a pickup artist. That's what I do. Specialty in seduction. We're out and about, not in the proper setting for something like this.
Mm-hmm.
I get a little carried away. Hurt this person. Damn, it sucks you got attacked by some sort of wild animal. I'm gonna call help for you, and I'll pray for you.
Are you doing anything to change their memories? Because they can absolutely remember that you were the one that caused this to them.
Here's the fun part.
Okay.
Lingering kiss.
Okay.
So I'm banking on maybe some sort of junky shit being like, nah, I'm fine. And then they're gonna come looking for that next hit, you know what I mean?
But that's if a mortal feeds upon you.
I thought it was the kiss of a vampire induces near ecstasy in the victim. But this power leaves other kisses in the dust. Victims fed upon by the user are temporarily empowered, but also become addicted to the kiss.
Mortals fed upon. Oh, I misread that. That's on me.
No, I was reading it out loud because I thought I was gaslighting myself.
Yeah, you
not to be a turd. Sorry.
You're good. Okay. Mortals often become anemic, self-harm, or even die from this condition. You are a terrible person.
Hey, don't hate the player. Hate the fucking powers.
Can make a willpower test equal to your presence to resist the effect.
Yep. They are looking for 3.
This is going to be difficult. No, we don't do it.
Damn right.
Okay. Cool.
So I mean, there's still a gamble here.
Yeah. They're still looking for you because now they really want that. Chase that high.
Yeah, but the gamble is whether or not they're just gonna be like, so that person just straight up bit the fuck out of me.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it works.
Yeah, that's
Great.
I should have just killed him, but whatever.
Yeah, you're fine. Definitely putting some holes in the Masquerade, but that's fine. You weren't taught any better.
I put holes in a person. It's up to the person with the holes to make a hole in the Masquerade. Wow, I heard that as I said it.
Nope. Yep.
Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and finish up that scene
so fast.
Charlie, hopefully not putting
Alright,
holes in people,
here.
but what do
I'm
you?
gonna head back that way after.
Yeah. You got some time. You had to feign some stuff.
Yeah.
As you wait for Riley to return, you're going to look for Fairfield. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would just be going back into the building. I'm not going any farther than that.
Okay.
Like the one that we just came out of.
Right. Just whoop, turn right back around after witnessing this kidnapping. As Riley runs off in a angrily fashion, or hangrily, I should say. You look around, and you do see Fairfield with his feet kicked up, and both of his child are sort of flanking him.
I will approach him. Walking pretty fast. I'm not running, but I'll speed walk.
Sure. Walking with purpose, as they say. Fairfield sort of recognizes and sort of puts his feet down. And you now have eye contact from Fairfield.
Do I feel any different?
No.
Okay. I'm only asking because I know that I can do it to others, so that's why I'm curious. All right. So I'm gonna go up to him and be like, so do you normally just have like kidnappings happening around here? Listen. We're on an investigation for somebody who got kidnapped. And just now, myself and somebody else were outside and there was a kidnapping that happened. And then the people who were kidnapping that person, I don't know who they were, made my friend, at least it seemed very hungry, if you get what I mean. So I'm just, like, one, letting you know, and two, asking, is this common?
No, I mean, this is the first kidnapping I'm hearing about.
I'm gonna, like, I'm shocked that this is the only one that he knows about. Oh, okay, well, I'm not really sure where we got the other information from, but I just assumed as the Baron you would know what is happening around here. Not to be disrespectful.
What clan are you from again?
Zemetsi.
Right. Sorry, I thought I smelled a little brouhaha.
That's offensive.
Yeah, she would say the same.
Do I know who he's referring to?
Yeah, you probably a good chance of referring to Eva.
Okay.
Hold on a second. He pulls out his phone and begins to look through something. Before he looks back up. Sorry, what was... You said there was another kidnapping that was going on? What was the first one?
I don't know. Some coterie made of some people's. Or not people. I don't know. All these terms are mixing me
You
up.
talking about fanning her group of misfits?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a kidnapping. It's a runaway.
You're 100% sure about that? Like, you know she ran away.
As sure as There's more evidence leading to it being a runaway versus a kidnapping, is all I'm saying.
Okay, so you don't know 100%.
Do you know 100% that it's a kidnapping?
No, that's why we're investigating.
Well, she has a track record of leaving for extended periods of time.
And where does she normally go?
She's been to Florida, she's been to Boston, she's been to LA.
And this is normal to just like up and leave for a little while and, go back and forth?
Yeah, I mean, we're not the tower. We don't have check-in and check-out times. We can sort of move as...
I don't know what that means, but
yeah,
okay.
It's... Sorry, I forget you're new. Yes, as the Anarchs, we're free to move from territory to territory as long as we have permission from another baron.
Okay, so if this happens often, then why is her coterie mates looking for her? Do they do this every time that she runs off?
Every single time, because they're convinced every single time she's been taken.
Okay. Also, is it okay to ask, like, what clan people are from?
Yeah, you can ask. You're not always going to get an answer, because some people like that to be secretive information. But you could also tell a lot by the way they act or the way they dress.
Yeah, I haven't figured that out yet. So what clan is she a part of, and what clan is her coterie mates a part of?
That is a very interesting point. They're thin bloods, so they're not part of any true clan. I mean, they each have their own lineage, but they don't have the same perks or downfalls that the rest of their clan may have.
Okay, but they're still embraced, just not enough embraced?
Yeah, so each embrace is a different generation. And each generation is how far you are removed from Cain, which is the first of our kind. And once you get far enough down, you stop losing the capabilities of embracing yourself, and also don't have the disciplines, or also to some benefit, you don't have the drawbacks as well of that clan. So sure, you could have a Zimitzi thin blood, but it means realistically nothing.
They don't have any traits of that clan.
I wouldn't say any. They have their own. It's almost like their own clan. So they all have each thin blood is different. I've seen some thin bloods that can eat a 4-course meal, and I've seen it without throwing up, and I've seen some thin bloods that can walk around in sunlight. They sort of just are a mixed bag, and that's why they're a concern for some kindred.
Okay. And how long has Fanny been a part of the thin blood community?
I don't know how long she's been embraced for. She was one of the, whenever we sort of redrew our boundaries after the Anarchs took over Indiana. She was a part of the grouping that I picked up. So I don't know how long she's been embraced for.
Okay. Now going back to the other kidnapping that I just witnessed.
Yeah.
Riley did. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Riley did get the plate number, right?
Mm-hmm. They got a picture of it.
Would Riley have sent it to me by chance?
I would probably say no, only because Riley had one thing on Riley's mind, and that was getting some food in their stomach before they snapped a twig.
Okay, is it possible that I could like roll something for like photographic memory?
I will allow a um, wits and intelligence with a DC 4.
Nice.
You're insane. Yeah, you recall the plate.
I will let the Baron know what the plate number was. Does this sound familiar? Do you have somebody that could look this up in the system?
Yeah, I have my contacts I could reach out to and see if this is an actual plate or not.
Okay, well, just seems a little strange, like that it literally just happened outside and you were sitting in here with your feet up.
Well,
Not to be judgmental or anything, just.
you see Fairfield
I don't like that roll.
snap the phone he was holding, but takes a moment to just take a breath and compose himself. I'm letting you off with a warning because you're new here, but you speak with me like that again, you will be my phone.
Sounds good.
Secondly, we don't even know if this was us. If it's mortals, it's not my problem. Yeah,
If
it
it's
sucks for that
mortals-
person.
Wait, if the kidnapper or the person was immortal?
If the person was immortal, it's not my problem. That's someone that could be someone's whole hunting style for all I know.
And you're not afraid of that, what's it called? Breaking some masquerade?
Not necessarily, because that person could go missing and then disappear forever, and also take a trip to California.
Well, seems pretty nonchalant.
It
All right.
can be, as you will find. Each one of us can do terrifying and horrible things when the beast needs to feed. And if it does come up with problems, that's when I step in. But we're
So
not.
there's no rules until there's a problem.
The rule is don't cause problems.
And when you've gone too far and there's a problem, then you'll find out.
Then you handle the rule with the repercussions, yes. We are much more free-spirited and laid back than our counterparts.
I would say most of us are, with some seeming like they still very much care about things.
Yeah. But that is neither here nor there. As long as they understand and respect my rule, that's all I honestly give two shits about. They want to
Out of
go.
curiosity. Oh, go ahead.
If they want to go live at the tower, I hear Chicago's really nice this time of year.
I don't know if Chicago is ever really nice, but yeah.
My point.
Off topic. Might seem random, but how well do you get along with the other barons?
Well enough. Why?
Oh, I was just thinking at the rant and raid, there was just, it seemed like a couple of times one or the other seemed confused about things going on there. So I was just curious how it worked.
A lot of times we try to keep each other involved with the greater politics of Indiana. We do have some barons in the very far north and south of Indiana that we don't really get the chance to talk to that often. But the three of us have most of the time been on the same page since Eva threw the banner up. But it hasn't always been that way.
What do you mean by that?
At one time, there was multiple more barons. Like, I think there were 5 or 6 of us. And we hardly ever gave a shit what the other one thought. It was much more territorial.
Okay. Well, I guess since you're not really concerned about these kidnappings per se,
The
I
first
guess...
one I'm not. The second one has my attention.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I apologize if that came off as I wasn't concerned about this kidnapping that took place outside. I'm just merely saying that each of us hunt in a different format, and sometimes that is one of them. But, like I said, I'll reach out to my contact who has a lot of technology background and a lot of database information that's helpful for us and see if this is a plate that actually exists or if this is just a piece of metal used as a cover.
Are you able to let me know either way that it goes?
What's in it for you?
I guess 1, I'm nosy, and 2, I could be helpful if there is something more there. One less thing for you to have to worry about. You don't have to go around looking for the problems.
Charlie, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll let you know. See if there's something you can do to help.
All right.
Anything else?
Nope. I think that's about it. Thanks.
Yeah. He goes up, drops his phone, and sort of puts his feet up.
Turn around and walk away slowly.
Okay.
I would wait at the door for Riley because I'm assuming they're going to come back.
Okay.
I'm hoping at least.
We'll see how long that takes. But as you guys sort of head back, we've transitioned back to the previous scene. A stakeout is occurring. The most exciting of investigation tools.
I would like to willpower reroll.
I will allow it. You know, weirdly enough, I am upset that you want to reroll a bestial failure.
What? Why would I want to do that?
I'm I'm not saying I hope you get 0 on the reroll, but I'm sort of hoping you get 0.
Well, that was stupid. It didn't go. I clicked it and it never showed up. Okay, so I guess it'll be 2 at least.
Okay. Okay. As you guys are watching, a couple of individuals walk out of the church. One looks to the other, says, "Hey, if you hear or see anything, please feel free to call. But they should be good for at least the next 10 to 12 hours." Yeah, I will. He begins to sort of scan around, almost like he's listening for something. His head's slightly tilted. So how's the day shift going? Not fun, but it pays the bills. That's for sure. Yeah, I bet working for SI does do that, doesn't it? Yeah. And they don't know? Why would they? You know, I like you a lot better than your sire. That's for sure. Yeah. I'm still looking for the guy who did it, but there's definitely better ways to go. Yeah, in his own city, even. Sort of shake hands and go their separate ways. One of the individuals get on an old motorcycle. So he has this leather jacket, a little bit beefier shoulder pads. As flying up above, before landing on the shoulder, a large bald eagle lands there. Before the guy just sort of rips it going and begins to go down the road you guys drove in on. Before the guy who had mentioned working for SI goes back inside.
Is there anything distinct about that guy that stands out?
No, nothing in particular. I mean, well taken care of, wears not not a suit, but wearing nicer clothing. Got a nice long pea coat on and heads back inside the church.
Now, was he the one who said that he works for SI?
He does, yes. Yes, he was.
So, I think this is the spot.
Seems like it. But
So
seriously, like she's just where she was last seen, and that
I mean, it seems cliche, but I mean, who would look there, right?
That's true,
literally
especially if you.
everybody.
She's
Well,
hidden away. I mean,
at this juncture, I think we can turn the information over to the Thin Bloods, and it's on them, right? We're just the investigators. We're not the cops. We're not supposed to bust up this whole operation. And who knows whose operation it is? What if it's a Fairfield operation and we start sticking our dumbass shoes in it?
Well, we're not in Fairfield territory, are we?
God, I hope so. Otherwise, we're way out of bounds on this shit. I mean, what do you think would happen if I walked over there and knocked on the front door?
I mean, it'd be the last thing anybody would expect.
I mean, I could say that I saw the Anarch symbol on the door, thought maybe it was safe, safe haven, sun's coming up soon.
Yeah,
Get a vibe check.
you want to go alone?
I think if there's more than one of us, it's going to be suspicious.
If you feel confident, yeah.
I mean, what's our goal here? Do we need to verify she's there, or just seeing what we've seen, is that enough?
I mean, I think we just told them we would figure out where she is.
I think we've done that.
I mean,
do you think she'll be dead though by the time we get the information all the way back?
No, they're keeping her alive. I mean, she serves a very specific function, and I'm willing to bet everyone down there does. Did
I
you
mean,
snap a photo of that guy, by the way?
Oh yeah, obviously.
Because we've got leverage on him. If we need it. We know he works for SI, and Vincent used to have connections there, so he might still have a phone number that's active. Or an email address we could blind send that to and make that guy's life hell.
I mean, from what little Vincent has said about that, I don't know that we want to mess with them.
I'm not saying we mess with them. I'm saying we send it from like a secure email from a library in Brockton, Massachusetts. I don't care. I'm just saying we can get them that information that's going to end up with him, bad things happening to that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that much about tech, but if you say we can do that, then okay.
Probably
I'm just
better than
saying,
walking in the front.
yeah, we could turn that over to the girls. They've got leverage now to get their friend back. It's on them.
Yeah, I mean, we could call them.
I mean, you seem like you're waffling. Is it something you can't? You like? Do you want to kick the door in? Is that what
No,
I'm
I mean,
getting from
I'm
you?
not saying I want to kick the door in. I don't know. Like, what are we telling them? That we staked out a church, and some people were talking about some shady stuff, and you've had, no offense, you had a vision of her being there.
Yeah, the vision led us to the church. The church had a werewolf and a vampire hanging out there. What are they doing
Do
in
we,
a church
we
in
know
the middle of
it was a
no
werewolf?
man's
It was
land?
a wolf, right? Do we see
Well,
it?
he said werewolf question mark. I'm going with that considering that when he came out of the place, he was a hulking biker dude.
Yeah, I mean, but like I turned into a bird. Could be a
Was he
kindred, right?
standing on hind legs when you saw him, Kenneth?
Kenneth, you would recall that it was on the hind legs were being stood on, but the front paws were on the wall, sort of keeping the wolf upright with the person in their mouth, like around the scruff.
Yes,
Okay, there you go. Werewolf in the
probably.
story. And besides, he summoned a bald eagle.
Yeah, fair.
Hey,
Supernatural in any case.
Yeah,
That's fine.
So, I mean, that's going to be kind of coincidental that that's going to be going on. They're going to make mention of this should be good for 12 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hear what you're saying, and I agree. I think it's probably the place, but it's all circumstantial, right? I mean, I know, like in my previous life, it was about what would hold up in a court of law, right? No, this wouldn't, but we're not playing by those rules anymore. So
I mean, I guess the way I look at it is if someone's going to go kicking in that door to investigate, it shouldn't be us.
well, I'm not saying we should kick in the door. Nobody's saying we should kick in the door. I don't think. Kenneth, are you saying we should kick in the door?
Okay, well, I can't sneak in there. My only approach is just lying through my teeth, which I can try, but I don't know
about,
these ladies well enough to know if I want to stick my neck out for them. I mean, we even get paid for this?
Yeah, it was gonna be like a boon or whatever.
So a favor
Yeah.
from a bunch of landless, nobody thin bloods.
never know.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
I get it. Look, I'm trying to be altruistic here. I'm trying to be the nice guy. I also don't want to die, and I really
Oh,
don't
yeah,
want to
yeah,
piss
yeah.
off people who could rip my arms off. So,
No, I'm saying maybe we're here. We could keep watching. We call the people and say, hey, this is what we learned. They'll be okay for 12 hours makes it sound to me like the wolf thing is going to be gone for a while, and maybe they're going to be not super well defended, and maybe now's the time that the other people want to hit.
okay.
Abby and Jess and Lace. I mean, maybe now's the time.
So we make that phone call?
Yeah.
I mean, we could always do something after if we want, but may as well call
Right.
them first.
I'll borrow Marlowe's phone and find Lace's number or Jess. Is she the primary one we've been
I
talking
think it
to?
was Jess,
Yeah, I'll call Jess's number.
or was it Abby? I don't remember which one was the primary.
No, it was Jess.
It was
Yeah.
Jess, yeah.
Which one got choked out? Don't talk to her.
Lace was the one that ended up on the floor. You got in. Call out to Jess. A few rings go by before she picks up. You hear sounds of a TV blaring in the background. Yeah.
Hey, I saw your missing dog poster. I'd called you earlier, told you I wanted to help.
Mm-hmm.
So we went kind of looked around the field where you guys, said it might be where you were last walking her when she got off the leash. Weirdest thing happened. We kind of started seeing like some signs that indicated the dog might still be in that area. We saw like a church that, we think they might be keeping like wayward dogs there.
Yeah, there's a pack of dogs that typically run through there.
Well, this pack of dogs might have your dog.
Are you sure?
I mean, we're not sure, but there was like people talking about, how they didn't say dog specifically, but they're like they should be good for the next 12 hours, and one of the dogs, people, kind of jumped on a motorcycle and rode away and left this other kind of emaciated looking guy, looks like he really needs to get more iron in his diet, hanging around.
Mention the dog catchers. Mention the dog catchers.
My hand over the dog catchers. What are you talking about?
I'm mouthing SI.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and the guy who looks like he's anemic said that he moonlights during the day for the dog catchers. He's like, they've got no idea. He's sitting here with this private kennel filled full of dogs, but yet he's out there working for the dog catcher during the day. Which makes me think, he must be able to work night and day. You know what I'm saying? One of those rare breeds.
Yeah, I'm picking up. Are you still nearby?
Yeah, we're in the area. We're still looking for your dog, but you might want to come down and give us a hand.
Yeah. Yeah, we can be there in 30, 45 minutes.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll be keeping an eye out for you. Okay.
Yeah. One of the owners of the dogs that drove off on the motorcycle, did he have a big bird with him?
Yeah, he did.
Fucking Tanner. Okay, I'll be there shortly.
Okie dokie.
She disconnects the line.
I'll hand the phone back. Dear God, speaking in code. By the way, apparently the beefy guy's name is Tanner, and she knows who he is. Which, I mean, it's kind of fucked up if you're gonna take your friend's dog and strap it to a table and siphon its blood out. It's kind of whack.
Pretty whack on a lot of levels.
Yeah. I will I'm gonna go take a peek, make sure that Vincent hasn't fallen asleep.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll wits and awareness for me.
Okay.
DC 3.
Any modifications for having my special eyes?
No.
Okay. Had to try.
Yeah, you have to.
Ugh. Fuck it. It's worth it. One willpower.
Risk it for the biscuit.
I can only roll one. Damn.
Okay.
So 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you see Vincent, as you sort of wrap around to the stairs and head towards the back door area, you see Vincent sort of sit there propped up against one that looks like an old folding chair that's seen a lot of better days, but just staring directly at the back door.
I'll get closer and kind of wave my hand in front of his face and see if it elicits any reaction.
Oh, hi. What, you guys find anything?
Did you?
No, it's been quiet.
I'm just gonna look real quick on the floor, see if there's any other footprints that don't kind of line up with ours when we came in.
Yeah, go ahead and
I'm sure
roll.
the interior is pretty dusty.
Yeah, what's an investigation for me?
Three successes.
Okay. No, I mean, you look around and you do see a couple of footprints, but they seem to match the path that Vincent would have taken to this spot versus the path so you guys would have walked around to get upstairs. As far as the footprints, though, you do see there are a lot of what look like rat droppings or rat movements in that area. But you guys did see the rats are sort of disperse as throughout the building. But that's all you really noticed.
Okay. Hey, keep your eyes peeled. Actually, pay attention to what you're doing, okay, bud?
Are you insinuating that I'm not?
I came down here and totally waved my hand in front of your face before you even noticed I was here. You were completely zoned.
I was in the zone, as they say. But yeah,
okay.
I'll keep an eye out.
Okay. I'll head back upstairs.
Yeah, you head back upstairs. Anyone want to do anything before we have the coterie arrive?
No, I'll just.
We should call Riley and
Oh,
everybody else. Let's get our whole coterie, not coterie, here.
get the second baseman on deck.
Thank you.
Exactly.
So yeah, I guess we can shoot text messages with addresses.
Ooh, new name idea. Starting lineup.
Ooh. Nice.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So
I
at
like
this
the pinch hitters.
Ooh. Ghost Runner on third.
You guys received that text message. Riley, you had just finished up your feeding as you had finished your phone call.
Question on that. How absolutely just covered in blood am I from this?
I would say it's probably mostly just around your neck.
Oh, it's a fashion choice at that point then. Cool.
It's a choice, you're right.
Yeah. Nah. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood, but also I don't wear other people's. You can't prove it.
That's so metal. So you guys would go ahead and get a text message, and we could actually have you guys arrive sort of all together, the other coterie, and the two of you arrive, and that's where we'll pick up next week. As we sort of zoom out a little bit from the espionage that is taking place, we see ourselves at another very unkept building. Inside has wooden floors. Cobwebs cover most of the open space on the first floor. The camera sort of pans up the floor, up the second set of stairs, and into the attic, where we see a single person rocking back and forth, holding a rather large rat and looking at it. They go and take a very large sniff of it, almost want to smell up the spine of the rat. And tell me, what did they say? And that's where we will go ahead and end tonight's episode. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. This once again, Indy by Night, Blurred Lines, episode 11, The Needle, ... So we will go ahead and see you guys next week for our last episode on GenCon.tv, or twitch.tv/GenConTV, excuse me. We will be on the 1st of April moving over to twitch.tv/jbrews. So the same day, same time, new location, same cast. So it'll be all the same, just a different spot. But make sure you guys hoe it and give a follow over there if you guys would like to continue to know where this story goes. You can also check out past episodes over at youtube.com/@jbrews. Once again, this episode is sponsored by Adventure Dice, so make sure to head over to adventuredice.ca and use code JBrews for 10% off your order. As we do, we want to make sure that this company gets all of the funds that it can for the charities, so any of the charity sets will not be able to have that discount applicable, but the other sets definitely can, so make sure to go check them out. But thank you guys again so much, and we will see you guys next week. As we continue to see where this coder takes us on this adventure and see how their nosiness helps or hurts them. So we'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Goodbye.
These rats ain't
Bye.